So I'm going to do, the main reason why I like doing these new games, these new interesting machines, is I really like doing tutorials. So I usually end up doing like 4, attempts at a tutorial, and I figure out which one actually made the most sense, and that's the one I post. So let's start at the beginning for all of you viewers who are just joining us now and refuse to join in the chat. To at least say hi. There's like 11 viewers. I just want one of you to say hi. I know, Rudy, you said hi. I appreciate that. Okay. Time Warp, 1979, Williams, designed by Barry Ausler, art by Constantino Michel. Same team that brought you Gorgar Speaks. This was Barry's game just before. This was released very shortly before Gorgar was released. First game with speech. It's one of only 2 games that was released with banana flippers. Probably the best take on flippers since Humpty Dumpty. They designed them really just to kind of appeal to a newer crowd. They're definitely a little easier to cradle the ball, to get the ball under control. A lot of people felt like it was easier to flip because it gives you a little bit more time as the ball travels down to flip. Main rules: you plunge the ball. If you hit any of the targets up at the top, it will stop the strobing award. As soon as you land in the saucer, you will collect whatever award was lit at that period of time. You want to roll over your rollovers. It's 1,000 unlit, 3,000 if they're lit, and you light them just by rolling over them. Collect all 3. It's going to light this bullseye here for special. I think in this particular instance, by default, the special is an extra ball, but you can also make it points, something like that. And let's see here. So yeah, so you roll all over 3. It lights. And then it lights a special at the top. You make it again, you get another, I think another extra ball. So this is definitely, or it can also be set as an extra game, as a free game. So this is in a crossover period. In the EM era, it was very common for you to have multiple opportunities to win free games or extra balls. And so, just by completing those rollovers, it lights the target for an extra ball. Completing the rollovers again for the second time gives you an extra, or lights an extra ball. Gives you an extra ball. So a couple of the awards, and then also each of the rollovers is going to advance your bonus. Your main base bonus maxes out at 12,000, but it can be multiplied by 10. One of the awards up here is boosting your bonus multiplier. There's also an award where it gives you 3 steps in your bonus. See, it'll give you 5,000. So let's just do it. 5,000 points plus 1 bonus advance. Lights the bullseye for 30,000 and 3 advances, where typically it's 10,000 and 1 advance, so it triples that. Adds your bonus X, and the last award is also lighting the inlanes for 5,000, where typically those are only 2,000. This particular inlane switch is not working, so I don't get those points anyways. Your pop bumpers, I think your pop bumpers are typically like 100 points a hit. If they're lit, it's 1,000 points a hit. You light them by hitting down a corresponding target. There's 5 targets here, 5 pop bumpers here. Kind of a cool feature in this game. A lot of pop bumpers going on. You also have you've got your targets here. So the first time you hit your targets down, you collect 5,000 points. Next time it's 10, then 15, then 20, then 30. Then I believe it just tops out at 30, and then I think it resets after that. Each time you complete the bank of 5, it gives you 1 advance in your bonus. It also gives you 1 advance in your bonus multiplier. Completing the drop, this bank, I believe, let me think, 3 times. If you can complete it 3 times, it will light the bank for a special. So again, There's a feature where you can light this for a special, which is an extra ball. There's a feature where you can light this for a special, which is an extra ball. There's a feature where you can light the rollover lanes for a special, which is an extra ball. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to get an extra ball. In addition to that, you can also light the saucer can be lit for an extra ball. I think one of those actually just lights that for an extra ball, and you have to collect it. So there are at least 3, possibly 4 ways to get an extra ball, which, you know, if you're playing a 3-ball game, I mean, that could be an entire other game. You could double your score if you're doing okay. Probably the most lucrative way to get points in the game is by advancing your bonus. Again, you're advancing your bonus by rolling over the top lanes, getting a score, you know, getting an award in the hole there. There's a little target here that gives you 500 points plus a bonus advance. Completing the target bank here will give you a bonus advance. Hitting the bullseye in the back there, that's also going to give you a bonus advance. If it's lit, it'll give you 3 bonus advances. You want to get your bonus built up as much as you can, because if you hit it up here, there's a one-way gate right here that will divert the ball down to this saucer here where you'll collect your bonus. What's great about that is you collect your bonus, but then you also just keep the bonus that you have. So I really like that because it's, you know, it's basically, if you can run up, you know, if you're running up your bonus, you've got it run up to 120,000. If you can get it up there consistently, you will rule the universe. You will rule it. Now, that said, the target's pretty easy to hit. Getting it back up to the saucer / rollover lanes, pretty easy to do. This shot here with the banana flippers, rightly so, because it is so very lucrative, is incredibly hard to hit. And incredibly might actually be a slight overstatement, but it is hard to hit. It really is. So let's play a game. Let's see what happens. So again, as soon as I hit a target, it's going to freeze it, and it gives me whatever award it wants to. So in this instance, because that switch is not working, it really didn't give me anything. So I'm going to be hitting the game quite a bit. Because again, this game came out in '79, early solid state. This is right after Pinball was shifted over from pure electromechanical to using, you know, computers to basically control the pinball machine. So a lot of these layouts are very reminiscent of. And the way they handle, they're very reminiscent of electromechanical games, which do require a lot of nudging, fair amount of nudging. So my initial goal is to try to get it up top as much as I can, because that is probably the safest place to really build up your bonus, because you're going over rollover lanes or you're getting it as a score or as an award. And it gives you the most amount of time to kind of to react when the ball's coming back down. And I also forgot that the out lanes also advance your bonus 1 step, and they can be lit for 30,000 points. So that's, you know, that's a nice little feature there. That's a nice feature. That's definitely one of those features that you want to be aware of. If it's a tight game, you want to be aware of, you know, where you are in your score, because if you have your out lanes lit for 30,000 points, and you're, you know, you're 30,000 points or less behind your opponent on ball 3, you do not want to tilt, because, you know, 2 out of the 3 ways your ball is going to go out will basically win the game for you. And if you tilt, you don't have that opportunity. Okay, so I'm playing a little fast and loose right now, so I'm going to kind of settle in a little bit. I'm going to try to pop off that last drop target over there on the right is going to give me a bonus multiplier. Almost got it. It does look like Bill Murray, doesn't it? It is not. It is just some random guy with a mustache. I don't really know who. It's probably just some model that Williams had around, or Constantino, the guy who did the art. But you know what? From now on, I will refer to him as Bill. Bill M. Bill M with a mustache. Okay, got my bonus multiplier. Now I really, really want to get it up into that bonus collect, because I'm starting to get, you know, it's risk reward for sure. So I'm starting to build up a pretty decent bonus, and if I can collect it, that's great, because I'll say I should have shook it. Should have shook it. So I could have collected that. I don't even know where I was, what I had, but I could have collected that again. So that 5 times could have collected that again. So my mistake, friends. Here, I'm going to make one adjustment. I hope you're enjoying this. I am. We'll probably play a handful more games, and alright, let's play another game. Let's see what we can put together. Play for like 15 more minutes. I like doing streams that are about an hour with a tutorial and gameplay. Terrible ball, but it just goes to show you, keep playing. Keep on trucking. Because it really, I mean, honestly, in pinball, you just need one really good ball. One good ball is all you need, just like Lance Armstrong, right? So this game, you know, this game, like I was saying before, it was one of the first games that I purchased. I did what I thought was a pretty good job of shopping it out. I cleaned off the top of the playfield. The flippers need a little bit of attention. They're a little waggly. I like to say that, waggly. They're still very functional, but they're not. There's a little bit extra play in there. Luckily, it's not really affecting the playfield the way I have it. The drop target contacts need cleaned, and the switches need looked at. But in general, still a very playable game, and you know, I kind of like. Seems they are warped a bit. Well, that's because they're banana flippers. That's the way they come. If I neglected to mention this, or if you didn't, you probably didn't catch the beginning part. So this is one of 2 games. It's this game and also Disco Fever that came with banana flippers, and they're kind of just a really unique, you know, like lightning flippers or, you know, whatever. They're just shaped differently. They have a, you know, a distinct banana look to them. So yeah, they are warped, and you know, it was a little experiment. Didn't really go over very well. Like I was saying, the other game to have it was Disco Fever, which I have right here. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy playing with banana flippers. They're fun. I mean, it adds, you know, it adds like kind of a unique style to the game. Some people put regular flippers on it. I would advise against that. it takes a lot of the fun out of the game. I mean, it might add something to the game, maybe. I don't know. I like the way they play. I play a real game. That was a terrible game. Play for, what, 15 more minutes? Is that what we said? You know, and as always, so, you know, when I was talking about the, you know, the little issues, it's all about adapting and overcoming. It's very much, you know, in pinball, you're not always gonna be able to play, you know, with the flippers perfectly tuned. Last night on my my little tutorial on Elvira and the Party Monsters, the right flipper, which for me is really important to the kind of the strategy that I like using on that game, it was not as strong as I'd liked it. So, you know, so I had to come up with a different strategy. Okay, playing a little loose here. Need to tighten it up. Kind of focus on getting that ball up there, advancing my bonus as much as I can. Okay. So if that switch was working correctly, you know, I would have had, you know, an extra 4,000 points or so from me shatzing the in lane. I really like the way that the drop targets flow. Really should have bumped that. I mean, there's very much, you know, you hit one and it tends to really kind of lead into the next one. I will say this, you know, there was a time when I was playing a decent amount of this game. You know, just trying to, I don't know, found it fun. And it does really mess up your flipper skills playing this, because you're, you know, even more so than playing, you know, any one game for a while can mess up your timing, because the where you want to flip on the flipper for certain things is a little different. All right, you only have 10 more minutes to suffer. Let me know if you want to see anything or want to hear me talk about anything. Again, typically on a machine that's fully functioning, I should have 3 of the pop bumpers lit. But as it is, I only have, or now I should have 4. But because I need to clean those contacts off from that Only two are working right now. So I learned, you know, this, like I was saying before, this was one of the first games that I bought that I really started playing a lot of, so my, you know, what's funny is that my nudging on this is not, I need to kind of relearn it, because I'm used to, I kind of was teaching myself how to nudge, potentially not the right way. So my reactions tend to be a little different than what I think I do on almost the opposite on a lot of other games. Most games I'm shoving the wall into the ball to get it away from the outline. In this particular game, I was trying to move the in lane in the direction of the ball. So I need to kind of retrain myself because I messed myself up with there. This is not making for great television. Also, one thing to note is I have my game at a fairly steep angle compared to what this game was more traditionally put at. I had an opportunity to play a Time Warp at the Time Warp Tea Room, I think in Knoxville, Tennessee, of course. And they had theirs a lot closer to what, you know, what this game was kind of, again, designed, you know, which is to be played at. So it's you know, this is probably more of a, I don't know, 7 degrees or 6 degrees. And I feel like in the manual, it has you put it up a little less steep. So this game is definitely playing a little faster. Does it make up for my terrible playing? No. But, you know. Trying to explain it away, friends. Trying to explain it away. Let's see here. See if we can get it up there. So I'm one target away from doubling my bonus. That's definitely a priority. No dice. No dice. And I had that 30,000 plus, you know, three more die. You know, that's... I was trying to backhand it, and don't try to do that with banana flippers. There are certain shots you can backhand. Interestingly enough, that's a little easier with banana flippers. You do not want to count on it, though. If you're lucky, occasionally, it'll come out of the bonus collect hole, hit a pop bumper, and go right back in. I love them. All right, we got, what do we got? Probably maybe 1 to 2 more games. Probably, hopefully 1 more game. Unless I'm playing terribly. Good! Could be 2. We'll find out. So welcome everybody to the stream. I am just kind of finishing up this lunchtime tutorial stream of Time Warp. One of my favorite games, definitely a very unique game. I love the gameplay. I love the flippers. Love the art. I'm pretty happy with that. Some people, I will admit that some people are not a big fan of the back glass. It's not one of the best. But again, I mean, I feel like, the art's kind of cool. Man. All right, last game. Last game. Hi, everybody. If you're not following, hit that follow button. I would greatly appreciate you following along, letting me know that you're interested in what I do, and you support playing real pinball here on Twitch. We are definitely a smaller community than the video game community, but we still love you, and we want to contribute. We want to be a valuable member of the Twitch society. I feel like we need to restart the game. And then we're gonna quit. For real, this time. Yeah, yes. Konnichiwa for the follow. I appreciate it. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't even know. What is it? Trans Meta Vixen, maybe? As an aside to the Japanese culture, or you know, a comment, I suppose, an anecdote. I live in Ohio, so very often when I meet new Japanese friends, I say Ohayo gozaimasu from Ohio. So thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And supporting real pinball. It would be a real shame. There we go. Get it up there. Playing a little too fast and loose right now. Getting a little too excited. Yeah, this is not a score to write home about. I will say that much. But it's a score we're going to go home on, right? Or sign out on. So I stream pinball fairly consistently Thursday nights, Eastern time. That is from Arcade Super Awesome in Columbus, Ohio. I also, woo, that was a bummer. I also, you know, like to stream from my home and office. At my house currently, I have Wizard of Oz. I have this Time Warp, which I'm really happy that I was able to share with everyone today. I also have a Grand Prix, which is a mid-70s Williams electromechanical. And I have Johnny Mnemonic, which is, you know, definitely one of my favorite pins. At my office currently, I have Road Kings, late 80s by Mark Ritchie. From Williams, and I also have Gorgar. Gorgar is kind of the demon sister game to Time Warp. It was the game that Barry Ausler designed right after this. Typical flippers on that game, but it's got two great drop target banks, a spinner, you know, pop bumpers, all that. I'm hoping to do some streaming of Gorgar with a fellow Twitch pinball streamer. One iPod, one pinball. If you are not following him already, head over there, follow One iPod, One Pinball. Great guy. Was just streaming Paragon last night. Another favorite game of mine. Don't own it. So for the time being, you know, I'll be streaming those. I definitely should be streaming some more Wizard of Oz, some more Johnny Mnemonic. If you're interested in seeing more of this, just let me know. Shoot me a PM, and I'd be happy to stream more of this. While I have it set up, I may even stream a little bit more either tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. So thank you very much for supporting streaming real pinball here on Twitch, and everybody, go play some pinball. If you're not gonna play real pinball, play Pinball Arcade, play virtual pinball, whatever. Pinball is a great sport, bringing people together. Blah 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 blah. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great night.